Hello, everyone. This is going to be the first time I commentate on YouTube. My name's FuzzyBear15. As you can tell with the YouTube page, we're going to continue on with Madden 97. If you guys have seen my other videos about this, we are currently 6-0 with the Green Bay Packers. We struggled the first week of the year against Tampa Bay. In all honesty, it's the first time I've played this game in several years. So we struggled against Tampa. Kind of show you guys my schedules here. We had a really successful week against Philadelphia. We had another successful week, gave up some late points to the Chargers. We blew out Minnesota. We dominated that game. Offensively, had a struggle against Seattle on the road. Only won 21-3 there, but our defense really stepped up there. Had a struggle of our first half against Chicago. We really turned it up in the second half. So we are now going to play what would have been on a Monday night against San Francisco. After 3 straight road games, we've played 3 straight home games before playing 3 straight road games again for 3 of the last 4 at home. So San Francisco's probably going to be our toughest team to this point. Then we have a bye week, then we have Tampa Bay. One thing we got to do better as a team, and I'm sure you guys have seen it with my last few videos on this game, is we have got to stop the holding penalties. We've been penalized so much in the last few weeks. So let's have JB let us know what happens.
Hello and welcome to Week 7 of the NFL. I'm James Brown. 2 playoff rematches of note as Miami travels to Buffalo and the 49ers head to Green Bay. Right now, let's take you out to John Madden and Pat Summerall.
Well, thank you, JB. And John, except in the Super Bowl, one team is always on familiar ground. How do you feel about the home field advantage?
Well, the advantage is really the crowd and being able to play and get a response for everything you do well, then the crowd goes wild. But the thing is, you have to be ahead and you have to give the crowd something to cheer about. Now, if you're the visitor, it's very important that you get off to a good start, you get ahead, and you make the home team play uphill.
There's the talk about home field advantage from Pat Summerall and John Madden. Also, rest in peace, Pat Summerall. One of the greatest commentators in the NFL ever. He and John Madden teamed up for 20 years. For all the, if I do have newer viewers and say
Well, the
newer
game's
people,
finally here. The teams are taking the field, and they're about ready
Pat
to
Summerall
kick
and
it
John
off.
Madden used to be a commentary team for 20 years with CBS and Fox before John went to ABC's Monday Night Football and went to be with Al Michaels. Pat Summerall pretty much retired. He did come back maybe a few spots here and there. Did have to commentate some games with Brian Baldinger in Dallas specifically. So it's kind of more of a part-time affair for him the very next year. On top of that, he did some commentary for Fox with the Cotton Bowl before his passing. One of the greatest golf announcers as well. Back in the day, he commentated a ton of Masters, ton of tournaments, including the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. He was also a commentator of the United States Open, the U.S. Open in tennis, and back in the 70s, he broadcast some NBA games. Which was pretty cool. He commentated the Bucks and Celtics when they had their kind of big rivalry going on in the 70s. So it was really, really cool to hear that commentary once when the Bucks played it after his passing. And then John Madden, obviously legendary head coach of the then Oakland Raiders. And not just that, but a great commentator, great color commentator. I know a lot of people got annoyed by him, but he was one of the greatest color commentators for pretty much 3 decades. So, with not just Pat Summerall, but Al Michaels as well. So, we really had that. But we hold San Francisco to a 3-and-out to start. We get a decent punt return off a bad punt. And Antonio Freeman returns it. So, what I've seen from our team so far this year has been a good mixture of the run and pass, as we see Dorsey Levens gain maybe a yard there. One of the things that has been proven successful is with Edgar Bennett running this counter play. Bounce it, try to get it outside. We do. And he gains 18 on the play. So that's been something that's been really successful for us so far this year. That's what's helped us get to 6-0. And here's Favre to throw. Gets Robert Brooks. Touchdown. A side note to what would have been this game in real life. This is the game in which Robert Brooks got hurt in back in 1996. As we get an extra point, but holding penalty on Tyrone Williams. So we reattempt the extra point, and we still make it. So, of course, Jackie hits both of them. In this game, excuse me, there, in real life, Robert Brooks tore his ACL and was lost for the season. That kind of set a tone because after the bye week, we faced Tampa Bay. It was pretty much like a 13-7 win. But we also lost Antonio Freeman for several weeks because he broke his arm. So that really set back the Packers for a little while in the receiving core. But for the rest of the year, we really had people step up. We had Derek Mays for a couple of games really step up. Don Beebe the rest of the way stepped up. Terry Mickens in the game stepped up. Our running attack really stepped up for the Packers in that Super Bowl 31 year. As we get Derek Rovell for 8 yards lost on 2 straight plays. So that was big for us. When we lost those 2 for the time that we did. And it really made the team refocus, and we went out and we got Andre Rison from the Jaguars off waivers. Proved big for us because he was big late in the year and in the postseason. And in the Super Bowl, as we see Freeman run this back to the nearly 10-yard line, 43-yard return, and that allows us to get a reward for some reason. That's pretty cool. I do have a settings save, so it allows us to, I guess, do that. But there's a couple of yards with Dorsey Levens there to start the first play from scrimmage. Second play here is a handoff to Edgar Bennett, and we're going to get holding on Ken Rookers. So that'll set us back 2nd and goal from the 23-yard line. Not too often that you see that, do you? So here's Favre to throw. Robert Brooks again, and touchdown Robert Brooks again. His 2nd touchdown of the quarter. We have kind of dominated this game thus far, both offensively and defensively.
And it's good.
So this was the first rematch of the Packers 49ers following the 1995/96 playoffs, where the Packers actually dominated the 49ers in that game for the most part. We won 27-21 in that game. That was where San Francisco had just come off being Super Bowl champions in Super Bowl 29. And the Packers just physically beat up San Francisco in that game. Craig Newsome.
Hey, part of that fumble was because of sloppy ball carrying.
Had returned a fumble for a touchdown, and the defense just got after Steve Young the entire game. It was just a pretty rough day for the 49ers overall, especially in the first half. The Packers really dominated that game. The 49ers came back in the second half, but it's almost kind of, as the saying goes, too little too late in that game. This game actually was a lot more tighter. This was a very physical game, a very tough game for both sides. Steve Young actually did not play in this game. Elvis Skerback actually was a quarterback for the 49ers at this point, as Young was nursing a lot of injuries that year, I do remember. And Skerback actually made it a really good game for the most part. The Packers got gifted a bit of a call, I will say, in this game. When Don Beebe caught a pass, he ended up getting touched by Merton Hanks on the knee, or actually Marquez Pope, not Merton Hanks. And what the referees didn't see was the fact that Marquez Pope actually made him down by contact. So they allowed the touchdown to stand because BB ran like 35 yards after that for the touchdown, because Mark Shimura was like, dude, I don't think you were touched, for lack of better words. So, like, run. And so the Packers got a gift there, but it didn't end up really. I don't think that ended up costing San Francisco the game. I think it was the fact that they just didn't make enough big plays in the game. Yes, Green Bay got a gift in that one, but, I mean, can only fault the referees to every extent. You have to make plays, and San Francisco didn't make enough of them, and that actually showcased as T.O. makes the catch for 5 yards, but they'll accept the penalty because they actually get first down out of it. But see, William Floyd's got a first down. So I guess in the long and skinny of it is these two teams actually also met up in the playoffs later that year. You see Craig Newsome with the interception. Don't know if he'll run it all the way back. No, but it's a big play for us. But in the playoffs, we kind of just physically dominated the 49ers. I know Steve Young didn't play more than like a play in that game, but we just physically beat up the 49ers, and it really, for lack of better words, just was a repeat cycle of, as you see Dorsey Levens score, was a repeat of kind of the year prior. We beat them defensively. We actually got more special teams help this time because Desmond Howard had a punt return for a touchdown and actually almost ran a second one back later on, which led to an Andre Rison touchdown. But then Edgar Bennett took over in that second half and just wore them out. He was huge in that game. And Dorsey Levens was huge in the championship game against Carolina, which sent us to the Super Bowl. And then, defense was huge against the Patriots that year. We had Mike Pryor get an interception, Leroy Butler with a sack, Reggie White with 3 sacks. I think we forced 2 or 3 interceptions of Bledsoe in that game. And and Desmond Howard was huge in the second half of that game, because when New England scored to make it 27-21, he actually returned the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown, and that took pretty much all the wind out of the sails of New England coming back, because they had a lot of momentum. Curtis Martin had just scored. They were moving the ball down the field on our defense, but after that, it was game over. The defense took over. Reggie White took over. He abused the front line of the Patriots that day, and he just absolutely made them just beat the heck. So Freeman, for some reason, does not pick up the ball there, and he pretty much screws us out of a bunch of field possessions, so we're going to have to make a note of this. First down, 10, Green Bay. This is Dorsey Levin's yard pickup there. We'll run it again on second down. Levins hasn't had a very proficient day running the ball, but we'll keep getting him involved. This is Edgar Bennett, 7 yards, so we'll throw on 3rd and short. Probably do a quick slant. We haven't had to throw too much. We haven't had many plays offensively either. Anthony Morgan cannot come up with it. Marquez Pope with the hit on Morgan, and that brings up 4th down. We'll do 2 games tonight, this one and the Buccaneers, as I don't know what's with these punt returners so far, but I'm not getting anything. Craig Hendrick with a 58-yard punt, 11-yard return by the return man. Hendrick was a Packer for, I think, a number of years before he went to Tennessee.
There's a flag on the play.
Holding. Offense.
Sean Jones, I believe, retired after this year. That's who my one defensive end is. Reggie White officially retired in 1998. Came back, I believe, for a year in 2000. It might have been 2 years in 2000, 2001 with Carolina. But I believe it was just 2000. Kind of finished out his career there. Eugene Robinson, who's one of my safeties, he went to
Interception.
the Falcons after, I believe. Doug Evans was always a Packer, and he just intercepted that ball. That was a huge turnover. And Dorsey Levins with his second touchdown in the half as well. I mean, we have just physically beaten the 49ers in this first half. Holy cow. Chris Jackie also retired after the 96 season. He was
Okay, there's the scoring drive. Let's go over the recap.
the kicker for the Packers in 96. He also actually hit a 53-yarder against the 49ers in this game in real life. That beat the 49ers. I believe it was 23-20 was the final score. It was a pretty reliable kicker. He had great range. He had great accurate range, especially from 50-plus yards. J.J. Stokes on the receiving end of that pass. 1:06 to play in the first half. I think San Francisco is
Timeout.
desperate to score here. I mean, I didn't expect. I thought this would be our toughest test of the year so far. I didn't expect 2 Steve Young interceptions. I will be completely honest with that.
Now this is the reason that you save those timeouts.
Madden telling us about timeouts and saving them. Well, I don't think in George Seifert's mind he ever envisioned oh dear me, that's Doug Evans' second of the half. That's his third interception of the game. Guys, I never expected this. That's Don Beebe, who's got 35 yards on the first down. For lack of better words, this has been a thorough whipping. This is Anthony Morgan, who's down to about the 5. I'm not going to worry about the time just yet. Now we're going to call a timeout. I think we're going to take one more shot at the end zone. And if we don't get it, we'll just call another timeout. And we didn't get it there, so we'll call another timeout. Thought Dorsey might be able to evade that tackle, but didn't happen. So we'll call a timeout here. I got 3 seconds left. And Chris Jackie on. Get the field goal. Going in the half up 31-0. And we'll let JB take it from there.
Welcome to the EA Sports Halftime Report. Right now, let's take a look at the halftime stats.
From what we have seen is we've got a lot of great field possession. We haven't had a third down conversion yet. We haven't had a whole lot of yards, and the main reason for that is just a great field possession that we have. But we've got 17 points off of 3 San Francisco turnovers. We've had great field possession. Antonio Freeman's really done well in the punt coverage or punt return department when he's not letting kicks go past him. So this is Travis Jervey on the return up to about the 20. Jervey was selected before the Broncos selected one Terrell Davis, who beat the Packers in Super Bowl 32 along with John Elway. This is Dorsey Levens, who loses 4 yards. He's had some strong points of the year so far. Dorsey has some like today where he's had a bit of a struggle with it. But that's Anthony Morgan first down up to about midfield. And we've gotten a lot of success off of that slant pass. And Morgan's been a big beneficiary of it. Same with Robert Brooks. This is Edgar Bennett, who's going to try to go outside. Does get the edge. And he's got 19. We can probably run a different formation here. I'll see if we can run a quick post route. Not quick enough for Don Beebe to turn around there. It's okay though. Second down at the 32-33 yard line. This is Dorsey Levens. There's nowhere for him to go. I want to keep Dorsey involved in the running game though. I want to keep him involved. He's had a tendency at times to struggle, but also times to break out. This is Robert Brooks, who's going to dive and touchdown. His third touchdown of the day. That's Favre's third touchdown of the day. And we have just laid a can of whooping. And that's another holding penalty on Tyrone Williams on the extra point. Yeah, guys, so with my recent videos, getting into YouTube a little more. The main reason for that is I've got a collection of games that
Okay, there's the scoring drive. Let's look at the stats.
really do need to be played. I want to try to get rid of some of these games, especially sports games. And obviously, when I put it on YouTube, it's there forever. So just letting you guys see what I do and all the other stuff that goes along with it. So always fun to do that. And I always have good fun with just playing these games. It allows me to relax, allows me to just have a good time. You know, this is my first time commentary while doing this. Not necessarily say play-by-play, but just allows me to just relax, have a good time. This is Young to throw. He's got Singleton, first down. Tackled by Newsome. I don't think I'm going to shut out San Francisco, but if I did, it'd be really impressive. Young's only 7 of 17 today. With those 3 interceptions, that is Thomas first down. So Young's heating up here a little bit. Completed his last 2 on this drive. We're going to play more of a nickel defense. That is tipped and batted to Louisville. And he's got 3 yards, so second down and 7. Coming upon 2:10 to play in the third quarter. It's Green Bay 38. San Francisco, nothing. This is Young to throw. Incomplete. Broken up by Ron Cox, who had 2 interceptions, I believe, against Seattle. He had a big day out in the Pacific Northwest. Young, only 96 yards on 9 of 20 passing tonight. This is Steve to throw. Incomplete. Tyrone Williams, who was a rookie at this time, with the pass breakup there. So Thompson on to punt. And Tommy Vardell is hurt on the play. So I'll bring up first down 10. $1:49 to go in the third quarter. This is Dorsey Levens. Tries to get outside, can't, but picks up 4. So let's stick with the run a little bit. Dorsey, 11 carries, 7 yards thus far today. This is Zachary Bennett, who's going to be able to get the corner and get a big gain. 26 yards in near midfield. He's got 88 yards on 6 carries. He's had a huge day. Levens gets maybe a yard up to midfield before he is stopped. It's obviously not as successful of a day. He has found the end zone twice, though. Bennett, 5 yards. Third down in about 5. Alright, one sec, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I have a phone call to take. So we are back. This is 3rd and 5. Robert Brooks. Will he get touchdown number 4? No, he will not. But he's got 37
That is a
yards.
play that will go down in history.
And another first down. This is Edgar Bennett, who is going to get 6 yards. And that ends the third quarter. With the score, Green Bay 38 and San Francisco nothing. We're going to try to get Edgar Bennett a touchdown here, and he does. I don't know if we can mass sub or anything in this game. We can do substitutions. By the way, I think this quarterback is Ronnie McAda. He was a player from Army that we chose in like the 7th round. And I don't know kind of how this works. I've never really done substitutions or anything. We have laid a thorough whooping on San Francisco today.
The kick is up. And it's good.
Didn't think we would be this good against San Francisco. I thought this would be a major challenge for us. But Carter with the return up to about the 27, maybe the 26 was what they call it. First down 10 for San Francisco. That's almost intercepted again by Doug Evans. Would have been his 3rd today. And with the fact that San Francisco's had 3 interceptions. That's been a surprise. Leroy Butler with a pass breakup. I think from pretty much here on out, we aren't gonna really do much. We're just gonna be, and that's intercepted by Leroy Butler. 4th interception on Young in the game. That's Leroy Butler's 2nd of the season. We're just going to run down the clock at this point with Levens and with Edgar Bennett. So we're pretty much, we've salted this game away. We're going to run down the play clock, run down the game clock. You know, we're going to call it a day. Go to the bye week, go to Tampa, or play Tampa at home, go from there. So obviously be prepared to do that. This is Dorsey Levens, who gets a 24-yard run. So we'll be well under 3 minutes with when this next play goes. Fortunately, cannot really take a timeout or do a quarterback kneel because San Francisco will probably burn their timeouts as much as I would like to. And by the way, that gets Dorsey Levens over 2 yards to carry it with that last one. So is Edgar Bennett, who is going to have another touchdown. And I'm really starting to see the flaws in this game, for the record. And to be fair, it really wasn't until Madden 99 when they started to really flourish with the gameplay. Because on the Super Nintendo, Madden had a lot of flaws. On the NES, it had flaws. So this game really didn't start shining until about Madden 99. So, I mean, in 98 it had flaws as well, so... When Madden 99 came along, it really started getting better. With 2000, it was better. With 2001, it got better. 2002 as well. But 2003, when they got it to between 2003 and 2005, is probably their best years in my opinion as far as Madden goes. I know they've had a lot of major years since then. They're the major football brand. But 2003 to 2005, they really mastered it on the PS2 and those consoles, the Xbox, the PS2 and stuff. So that was something else to see. G. White nearly gets to him.
Incomplete.
Williams on the pass breakup. I believe they're probably going to go for it. Yes. So 4th down and 1. This is Lovell. He does not get it. And we take over on downs. Minus 14 yards rushing. Pepsi Evans gets 8 on the carry. That is the 2-minute warning. He's now got 43 yards. He's gonna have more. So he gets 18 more yards. We're gonna let the clock wind down a little bit here. Can get another 1st down without a touchdown, which I'm hoping we can do. We're gonna try to burn a little time. San Fran takes a timeout here. As I thought they would, at some point that they'd use their timeouts. I'm not really sure why the game does that. Favre picks up a yard.
Timeout.
Kind of hoping that they would not do this route. But 1st down, Edgar Bennett. You can see I really didn't want to go into the end zone, so as far as the clock goes, why don't we QB Neal from here on out. 117 yards for Edgar Bennett today. As long as San Francisco allows me to, this will probably be the last kneel down. I think that'll do it. So we dominate the 49ers. I did not expect in this way. 52-0. Oh, no, it's not.
If you don't need a field goal, then use your timeout.
For some reason, they decided they want to use their final timeout there.
In short yardage, whoever wins the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Doesn't matter. We run down and nail it. And we get the heck out of here. 52-0 is the final score. So we thoroughly waxed the 49ers today. We also go to 7-0 on this season. And
okay, the game's
so let's
over.
look at the
recap
team stats here. 388 yards. Offensively, we were only 1 of 6 on 3rd downs today. Did not turn the ball over. San Francisco turned it over 4 times. Minus 14 yards rushing. 96 yards for them. 4 interceptions by Steve Young. We get to see the team celebrate. not champions yet. That is a new one for us. We had not shut out any team so far this year. So it's kind of cool to see that animation. There's no major thing for rivalry games. So we will simulate all of Week 8 in the NFL. See Seattle beat Kansas City 30-7. The Falcons beat the Cowboys 23-21. Broncos 10-9 win over Baltimore in their first year when they maliciously moved from Cleveland. The Bills awarded the Jets 40-10. San Francisco comes back the next week, beats up Cincinnati 40-10. The Rams beat the Jaguars 19-3. Dolphins with Jimmy Johnson at the helm beat the Eagles 21-7. Colts all over the Patriots 30-3. Saints beat the Panthers 16-10. Redskins, well, now Washington football team, beat New York 23-13. The Steelers beat the Houston Oilers in their last year in Houston 16-7. The Buccaneers beat the Cardinals 23-3. The Chargers beat the Raiders on Monday night 27-23. Now for us, we are going to play Week 9 against Tampa Bay with a chance to go 8-0 on the season. So take it away, JB.
Hello and welcome to Week 9 of great NFL football. It's the Battle of the Bays this week as Tampa Bay travels to Green Bay. We'll see how well the Bucs can handle the cold. And in another interesting matchup, to say the least, the Cowboys will visit their former coach in Miami. Now over to John and Pat at the stadium.
Thank you, JB. John, I know you've always preferred outdoor football on real grass. Why is that? Is it really better to play the game that way?
Yeah, I think so. I think, when they made the game, they made it to be played on grass. I always felt that it should be on grass. The other thing is, I think there's less injuries. And, you don't get that pounding. Your foot doesn't get caught in the carpet where the only thing that can go is a joint. I think it's a better game to play, and I think it's safer for the players.
Alright, so they're talking about
Hi, everyone. This
turf
is John
versus
Madden.
not turf.
Welcome to the game.
Unseasonably warm in Green Bay, for lack of better words, is what can be shown there. Typically, it's not 77 degrees in the fall in Green Bay. Sometimes we get that lucky up in Wisconsin, but not typically. So Tampa won the toss, elected to receive. This is before everybody started deferring the kickoff to the second half. Chris Jackie boots it away, and Turner with the return, tackled by Jackie, who's been a tackling machine. Gets it up to the 30 regardless. And Tampa takes over, first down and 10. From Dilfer to throw. That's caught Copeland, first down for 14. So Tampa was a team that we struggled with very early on in the year. I expect another tough fight with them today. So we'll see how that goes. This is Dilfer to throw. He's going to air it long, incomplete for Courtney Hawkins. Saw it's a tad underthrown, otherwise he might have had Hawkins in stride for a touchdown. Because he had beaten my DBs on the play. This is Eric Rett, who breaks away from one, breaks away from Tyrone Williams, gets a first down for 17. Still play the nickel here. So it's still for the throw. Caught it Brett for 3 yards. He's had a good couple of games. He had a good game the first game out against us. Eric Rett did, so. This is Courtney Hawkins' first down. So Dilfer's really doing well so far. 3 of 4 to start the day. In motion goes Melvin Harper. This is Eric Rett again. He evades George Kuntz's tackle. He evades another one. Tackled by the Red Butler down at the 4, maybe the 3. He made Kuntz miss. He made another miss. George Kuntz, who had an interception return against the Vikings in the regular season in '96. I'm at the Metrodome. Packers still lost that game, but it is what it is. So still for the throw, touchdown Armstrong. So the shutout will not happen for us today, but that was pretty impressive how they moved down the field. Kind of worried about that. This is good for the extra point. And
okay, there's the scoring drive. Let's go over the recap.
This is not a very normal thing for us. We have typically not played from behind this year. That is a neat thing for us, as Antonio Freeman takes us to about the 22. And that's where we'll start off, first down 10. 2:29 to go in the quarter, and this is Dorsey 11s who loses a yard. Tony Dungy started coaching this team this year. Really had for lack of better words, rebuilding project going on. And that's a 19-yard pickup from Edgar Bennett. He had to really rebuild this team, and he hit on the first draft, or they had hit on the first draft the year prior with Derek Brooks and Warren Sapp. And it really allowed them to succeed a lot further. As you saw, the 9-yard pickup from Dorsey Levens. This is Levens again, and this time he has a bigger gain. 32 and a first down. And of course, everybody knows the Packers and Buccaneers met up in the NFC title game this past year, in which the Buccaneers won that one to send themselves to Super Bowl 55, I believe. And then that's where they pretty much cakewalked the Kansas City Chiefs. So says Favre, Brooks, got it, touchdown Green Bay. Got him on the quick slant. So that play has worked at least one time against Tampa. So it's Chris Jecki for the extra point. And he's got it. So we are tied up in Green Bay. Two pretty long drives by both the Buccaneers and the Packers. Consuming quite a bit of time on the clock as well. Alright, so this is Turner returning.
He's going to be looking out his ear hole after that one.
Up to the 28, and that'll be where Tampa starts on their second drive, first down 10. See if we can stop him better. This time it's Mike Allstout, loss of 6. Sean Jones on tackle. And Sean Jones has had a good year as far as tackles for loss. This is Dilfer. Copeland picks up those 6 yards right back. And that'll end quarter number 1 with the score knotted at 7 between Tampa and Green Bay. So 3rd down 10 as we open up the second quarter. Dilfer finds Jackie Harris first down. I don't know what the heck my defensive player was doing, but looks like he was just standing still. Dilfer 6 of 8 to start. It's a good start to the game, and that was nearly picked off by Eugene Robinson. I mentioned that he started well, and then that happened. He hasn't had the most yards, but this is Eric Rett, who is tackled by, I believe, Tyrone Williams it was. So forces 3rd and 6 now for Tampa. See Eric Rett, 38 yards on 3 carries. He's had a pretty good start to the day. This is a screen pass to Copeland, who only picks up 2, and that'll be 4th down. I was a little surprised it was a screen pass that they chose there. This is Barnhart the punt. Tommy Barnhart. And Antonio Freeman will take it. And Freeman is up near midfield, actually to about the 43-yard line. That's where Green Bay will start off 1st down 10. Second drive for us in the game. 3:51 to play in the second quarter. Dorsey Evans should have cut it upfield earlier. He would have had a big gain. But Levens started out pretty well. 38 yards, 4 carries. This is Edgar Bennett, who stops, and he's off to the races. Up to the 30, down inside the 30 to the 28, 29-yard line. Pick up a 29 on the play. He's got 51 yards to start out. This is Dorsey Levens, who bounces it outside. Levens down to the 4.
Now that guy has great speed.
Guess who do you give it to here? Levens, 62 yards. This goes to Bennett, who loses a couple.
Tell you, goal line, there's nowhere to go but forward.
Favre will run it in himself. Touchdown. He had no one open. The pressure was getting to him. Just cut it upfield and scored the touchdown. So the Packers, as much as their last drive was a pretty sustained drive, scored pretty quickly here. 5 plays, 57 yards, a $1.25 off the clock. And the first lead change today. After the first tie of the game. Other than 0-0. So it's Turner on the return. Gets it up to about the 31, I believe. And that'll be where Tampa starts off 1st down 10, 2:15 to play in the second quarter. So is Eric Rett, who breaks a tackle of Leroy Butler, who's pretty surely reliable at tackling, dragged down by Wayne Simmons. As we've reached the 2-minute warning, Eric Rett's had a solid first half for the Buccaneers. 2 minutes to play. Dilfer throws incomplete, intended for Copeland. I think he had a guy wide open to the right side otherwise. I don't think he saw him right away. I think you saw him right there. So this is still for 2nd down. Copeland, who evades some tackles, picks up 3. Mac forces 3rd down. And this is Dilfer incomplete. Broken up by Newsom on the play. Intended for Harper, and that brings up 4th down. And Barnhart on the punt again. So with a $1:25 to go and Green Bay with a full allotment of timeouts. This is Dorsey 11s for 7. Evans had a good start to the game. 6 carries, 60 nice yards. This is Edgar Bennett. Stops, picks up 1, so lead it to 3rd down. Green Bay not really in a hurry up right now. 5 attempts, 50 yards for Bennett on the day. This is broken up by Culpepper. Packers, we're actually going to try to go for it. We're going to try it. Caught Tampa a little off guard, got it. 1st down, Robert Brooks, down to the 40, 35, maybe the 34-yard line. Green Bay will call a timeout.
Timeout.
And Dorsey 11s picks up another 8. Not too worried about the hurry up right now. There's a reason for that. Because we have 2 timeouts, but we also have quick slant play, but thought we might be able to gain something out of that. We didn't. See Bennett still with 48 yards, so pretty good day going. That's Brooks. And Brooks is in, touchdown. Very quick score before halftime.
The kick is up.
Kick is good by Jackie, and it's 21-7.
Okay, let's go over that scoring drive and see
119
exactly what happened.
it took to go 7 plays, 77 yards. Capped off by the Favre to Brooks touchdown. And so, this play might end the first half. We'll have one more play. I'm not going to do too much here, just play Prevent 2. In real life, Prevent prevents you from winning. In this game, it doesn't really matter. Hawkins makes the catch, but that sends us to halftime. JB, take it away, my friend.
Welcome to the EA Sports Halftime Report. Right now, let's take a look at the halftime stats.
Let's take a look at the halftime stats.
We've ran the ball like crazy, 131 yards. And uh, 210 yards offensively. And so we start the second half. And so Tampa will kick it away to start the second half. It was also big for us to score before halftime. That gave us a lot of momentum. And so, first down 10 for Green Bay. As we open up the second half, that's Dorsey 11s pick up a 1. So that takes him under 10 yards a carry today, but still having an alright day. But Edgar Bennett going a little bit more of a struggle. He's only got 49 yards on 7 carries, still 7-yard per carry clip, but not typically what he's accustomed to, it seems like. This is Robert Brooks. Inside the 45 down to about the 43-yard line. Thought that might be the 42. He's had a huge day, 113 yards. Got on the 2 touchdowns. Dorsey Levin's only a pick for 2 there. Oops. Accidentally chose the wrong play. Oh, had Morgan if he just gotten there, but chose the wrong play to begin with. But this is 3rd down territory for Green Bay. And that's actually intercepted by Hardy Nickerson. It was tipped and it was intercepted by Hardy Nickerson. Big play for the Tampa defense. So they were getting pushed back. This is Mike Allstott, 1st down, 20 yards. That's a huge play for the Tampa defense. They were getting pushed back pretty badly. And this is Eric Rhett, 6 yards. So they're starting to move it on the defense a little bit. Rhett, 5 carries, 54 yards today. That's Eric Rhett again. Bounces off 1.
There's the man down.
Roy Butler's the only one that can chase him down after a pick of 18. Beckles is hurt on the play, and Adams will come in for him. Well, I believe that's their offensive lineman. But Eric Rhett is having actually a really terrific day. Tripped Dill for the throw. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Dilfer's been effective, 88 yards, 10 of 16 passing. This is Eric Rhett, who now loses a yard. It's the only time he's lost yardage today. Still's having 7 carries, 70 yards. 2:18 to play in the 3rd quarter in Green Bay. Trent Dill for the throw, end zone, incomplete. There's kind of a cluster of players there. There were like 5 or 6 Packers and about 3 or 4 Buccaneers in that area. It was just kind of a hodgepodge there. So they bring out the field goal team.
The kick is up.
And the kick by Husted is good. So they don't get 7, but they get 3. They trim the lead to 21-10. So Travis Jervey will return the kickoff here. Let's see what Jervey is. He kind of lacks some speed. Kind of lacks some speed there. And his kickoff returns. This is Dorsey Levens, who stops and breaks it outside. He's at midfield. He's down to about the 46. He's at 30 yards for that run. He's actually at 110 yards today, so he's had a really successful day running the ball. Whereas this cohort, Edgar Bennett, has had a real struggle with it today so far. He's only had 46 yards running. But he's going to find some success here. He's got a 1st down. He's at the 25-yard line for 23. He's now at 60 nice yards today. This is Bennett again. Cuts it inside. 1st down inside the 10 to about the 8. And I think that was Tampa Bay's mistake, was not getting 6 on that last drive because that was what Edgar Bennett will do here. He's in the end zone, touchdown. I was saying he had a slow day going, and then the next 3 carries he rattles off and he's in for the touchdown. So we're actually going to, after this game, check the season stats of Favre, Brooks, Morgan, my defense, see where we're at as far as all those stats go. Let's check out Levin's stats, check out Bennett's stats. Bennett was actually a Pro Bowler on my NFL Game Day 98 playthrough for that season. Now I could go 3 seasons on Game Day, but I elected not to. The main reason is it's just the 95 and 96 schedules. Same players, same everything, so it really doesn't matter. Just different year schedule. That was intended for Alvin Harper, broken up by Newsom. So this next play may end the 3rd quarter. Dilfer struggled with his last few passes. I believe he's missed his last 3. Gets a screen, but loses 6. And that will end the 3rd quarter. So Tampa gets the interception, but they do nothing with it other than a field goal. Green Bay capitalizes on 4 magnificent runs by Levins and Bennett. And we lead 28-10 as we enter the 4th quarter here. This is a deep ball to Hawkins, first down.
That was amazing.
Evans had good coverage, just good lead of the throw by Dilfer. That sets a first down 10. Dilfer
There's a flag on the play.
Pass interference.
takes a hit, and I don't know where the defensive pass interference was there, but
First down.
I think that might have been our first penalty today. And that's Copeland, as Dilfer got hit a 2nd straight time by Sean Jones. Copeland's got 6 receptions, only 20 yards to show for it. Dilfer again. This is Jackie Harris, first down.
First down.
Inside the 10, maybe down the 8-yard line. Jackie Harris is a former Packer back in the 90s. And there's Sean Jones'
After a
sack.
loss like that, boy, you need good pass protection on the next down.
Big sack that takes him out to about the 19. Sean Jones on the sack. This is intended for Thomas, incomplete. 3rd down goal from the 18 is marked as. .337 to play in the game. Here's Dilfer. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Now I believe they'll probably go for it here on 4th down. Or maybe they won't. They'll actually kick the field goal. No, actually they fake it.
Things like that can really hurt your momentum.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just go for it. To be fair, I really don't. So it's Levins, first down.
First
Now
down.
that guy has great speed.
He's had a huge day, Dorsey Levins. 121 yards. This is Edgar Bennett.
There's a man down. First down.
14 yards and another first down. Gary Brown is hurting on the shoulder. Adam Timmerman will come in to replace him. We'll go to Bennett, who has 107 yards. So both of our running backs, well, our running back and our fullback, have over 100 yards today. Dorsey with now 120 yards. This is Bennett again, no gain. So we're going to be forced to throw it here on 3rd down. And 12. Probably should have run some clock off there for the 2-minute warning, but Favre throws Morgan, first down. He's inside the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15-yard line.
That was an outstanding play.
And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning in Green Bay. The Packers lead 28-10 and are set to go to 8-0 in the season. I think the goal here, Favre only 8 pass attempts today. 2 of them have gone for touchdowns. Really, the objective here now is just run some clock. Don't even try to score, just run some clock, go from there. Have Tampa, if they elect to, take their timeouts. Don't even really need to worry about running a play here. Till as late in the play clock as we can go. 112 yards for Bennett. 2-1. It's up a short gain on the play. 109 to play. Favre. That was the only reason I did that, was to roll out to get a first down. I had no intention of scoring there. And so we'll just kneel the clock now. And the Packers are going to go to 8-0 with a 28-10 win. This was a pretty tough game for parts of it. Felt like the fact that they only got 3 off the turnover, when if they had gotten 6, would have been probably a little bit of a different game. I felt. And Favre kneels again. Tampa takes their last timeout. For no reason other than they just wanted to. But had they gotten 6 off of that turnover to make it 21-14, I feel like the game might have been a little bit different. They had the momentum at that point. Credit our defense for coming up with the big play. Big days for Bennett and for
Okay, now that the game's over, we have the
Levens, but
final
also,
score. Let's look at the stats and see
big
how
day
it
for
all
Robert
happened.
Brooks, having 4 catches, 113 yards, and those 2 TDs. Defensively, Leroy Butler had 5 tackles, Sean Jones 2 sacks. We didn't have all those turnovers or takeaways like we did. Huge days for Bennett and Levens, like I said. So we're 8-0. I will definitely take it. Alright, so we won't go any further today. Let's take a look at our team stats here. So Brett Favre, 55% completion percentage. He's got 1,556 yards, 12 TDs, 3 picks. He's only been sacked once this year. 531 yards for Dorsey Levens this year. He's still on his way to 1,000-yard season. Edgar Bennett, 824 yards. He's probably on pace for about 1,600 at this point. Receiving, see, what can we say? Robert Brooks has had a huge year. He's got 8 touchdowns. But Anthony Morgan's got 4. He's also on pace for 1,000-yard seasons, so we haven't had too many of these in the way of anyone else catching the ball. Defensively, Eugene Robinson leads our team in tackles. Sean Jones with 4 sacks, Reggie White with 2, Gilbert Brown with 1, Cox, Evans, Butler with 2 picks each, and 4 others with 1 each, and no fumble recoveries at all for our team. Kicking and punting, Chris Jackie's 11 of 13 on the year. Field goals, 30 and 30 for extra points. Craig Kendrick has not had much in the way of kicking this year. We haven't had a special teams touchdown yet this year. But with that, guys, I'm just going to save it. We're going to head on out. I'll be back with you tomorrow. I probably won't commentate tomorrow. But we'll play 2 more games. We'll go from there and keep our road to Super Bowl 31 as we go. Have a good night.